Hi everybody, welcome to Kpjpflorida and
hi, I'm Sim from FenFam.
How's everybody doing? So as the title said on this video, we're going to be talking about our experience at Disneyland Paris. So we've got total extremes of how we've done it. We've done it on the budget, we've done it not so budgeted, so we've got loads of experience, and being in the UK and being able to just go to it, which is like 4 or 5 hours away, I think is quite an advantage for us to give our tips to you guys. So we've got a whole list. We have got a little video as well that we can put some clips in. This is our first time doing this.
Yeah,
We don't know how this is going to go. It could go terribly wrong, it could go really good, but if you've got any questions, put them down below. And also don't forget to subscribe to both of our channels, FenFam and me, KP at Kpjpflorida, because we need it. We want you to. And look, we've done our backgrounds for you all.
lots of effort went into it.
Exactly. Right, so our first one that we're going to talk about is how to book and who to book with. So I'll get my little video up if it will come up, because we've never done this before, so this is going to be fantastic. It go right or it'll go wrong. It could be either. How? It's very good. It's my little presentation. It's very good, right? Right, so as you can see here, I booked with Magic Breaks. There's a numerous of ways that you can actually book, and Sim's going to talk through how she did it as well. When we went in 2019, this is who we booked through. It was completely online. We could chat to them. It's not the cheapest, but it was for a special birthday well, it wasn't special, but it was for a birthday for me. So I wanted to go and do it big. So I went onto this website and I was able to book up the whole experience. We went through the Eurostar, we left for St. Pancras. It was a brilliant, easy getting onto the train, which you'll see a little bit later. We'll talk about that. It was a great experience. You could upgrade. I mean, they love getting your money, don't they, Sim? Oh, you could upgrade to premium. Then you could upgrade to all the fast passes. Then you could upgrade to the nicer hotels. Halfboard, which we'll talk about later as well. So yeah, but this is how I did it using this app. So Sim, how do you book your holiday?
Well, we have done similar booking through a travel agent, you know, back in the days when you actually went in and sat in front of a person. We've done it where we've booked online on the Disneyland Paris website. But the way we do it now, which is so much better for us as a family, is we book on a budget. So let me just tell you why we do that. Is we have our own business, so when we're not working, we don't get no money. So the way we kind of figured it out now is if we take a 2-week holiday, we're paying for this expensive 2-week holiday, and then we're not earning. So it's really expensive. So what we wanted to do is have lots of holidays, feel like we're having lots of holidays without actually losing money. So what we do now is we've got the annual pass. We've got the top one. So we can go anytime, because some of them restrict you to days that you can't go, but we'll look at that in a little while. So we've got our passes, so we don't need to obviously pay for park tickets when we go. And booking.com, easiest way for me. And with booking.com, the more you book with them, you get more discounts as well. So I just go on, find the cheapest hotel, because you know what it's like when you go to Disney. You do not spend time in your hotel. Your hotel is for you to sleep, and that is it. Yeah. So on booking.com, find the cheapest hotel that's close. So it's got to be very close, because you don't want to be at the end of a long day driving forever. So we booked that. The last time we went, we paid about £200 for 4 nights for the hotel for 4 of us, so a family of 4, which I think is very cheap. We go on the ferry. We have been on the train and all of that before, but we like going on the ferry. We like the boat experience. I don't know why. The ferry return is probably it's under £200. So again, cheap. And we just drive.
Yeah.
From where we live to Dover, it's about 1.5 hour drive-ish. And then when you get off at Calais to get to Chessy, it's about 3.5 hours to drive. So it's not long. So we get an early ferry. By the time you get to Disneyland, it's midday.
Yeah.
Ish. And just go straight into the park. So with our pass, we don't have to pay for the parking, which is great because that's an expense on its own. And straight in, no messing around, back to the hotel later when we're ready to kind of finish for the day.
And how long away is the hotel from the park?
The hotel that we've stayed in last was literally from our balcony, you could see the back of the Disney park. So where they're building like all the Marvel land,
wow.
You could see that. But by the time you drive around it, it takes about 10 minutes.
That's really cool.
It's not far at all. So
travel options then, how to book and who to book with. I think it just comes down to your budget.
Yes.
Definitely. And definitely look online. And like Sim said, booking.com sounds perfect because you're going to get your points anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think now because of COVID, everybody's going to come up with deals. Everybody wants you to get back to the parks.
And the good thing, and I'm sure other places do it, it's just who I book with booking.com, is a lot of the properties that you stay in, it doesn't have to be a hotel, it can be an apartment, it can be whatever, is a lot of them are pay at the property.
Yeah,
so
really?
Until you get there. You can pay if you want, but you don't have to. And the good thing at the moment with that is, like, we're just booked to go in May, which now it's Disneyland Paris is not opening again in April. So we've cancelled that. And you're not penalised in any way. You know, as long as you cancel before, I think it's like 5 days or something before you travel, you're not penalised, you're not charged, you don't have to put a deposit down, nothing like that. So you lose nothing. So that works good for us as well because, you know, we just randomly think, oh, we'll go next weekend.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. So I think, and if you book with a credit card, you're covered by your credit card. So you get your guarantees. Yeah. But yeah, definitely shop around. Definitely shop around because you're going to get bargains.
Yeah.
So travel options then, Sim touched on it as about driving in the ferry, and I touched on it about Eurostar. Other ways you can obviously fly. I've never flown. Have you?
I've flown it. I just don't feel like it's a long enough journey to justify flying.
Yeah, I think it'd be quite weird.
Because you have to like get to the airport however many hours before, and it's like you could have walked in the time.
Exactly, walked and swam across the channel. Exactly, the channel. Cool. Okay, so we touched on it as well about the hotel options, saying that your hotel was just around the back of the new areas, and we've both stayed at the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes, loved it.
Yeah. What's your experience of that?
Like, the best thing about it, we was only talking about this the other day, is you literally just go out the door and there you are. There's no walking back to the car, or there's no walking, back to where the shuttle service is if you're staying in another hotel. Or there's none of that. And that's like, at the end of a long day, especially when you've got kids and it's late at night and you've stayed to watch the fireworks and they're all tired and everyone's moaning, especially if it's maybe been raining and yeah, look at little Amy there. And it's like, it's just very, very convenient. I mean, the price tag,
it's crazy,
ridiculous, but it's really, really convenient. We had a little balcony in our one. I'm gutted. I'm sure I did a video, but for the life of me, can't find it.
Yeah. But go to Sim's, and she's probably got it in there. If you go to her YouTube and just type it in, the same as go to my YouTube, type in Paris, and loads of stuff will come up, won't it? Yeah, I did like it. I thought the fact that you are right next to the park entrance was awesome. It took us ages to find the entrance of the hotel.
No, couldn't figure out where it was.
We were walking around for ages, and we were in February. Yeah, what's with that? Why don't they make it a bit more obvious?
But round the other side, if you're driving in, it's very grand, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. We went in like the back entrance because when you come on the train, it takes you straight into Disney Park area, the station, which is amazing. So you can just get off with your suitcase. You can do a couple of things. You can actually walk just to the hotel and check in, or they do a service where you can drop your luggage off and then the luggage will get delivered to the hotel, which I think is a really nice option.
Yeah. So when you're on the train, they come round and they call names and that. They give you the ticket and they say, when you get off the train, go upstairs, leave your bags, and they'll take them to your hotel, which is so good because you don't have to waste no time checking in. You can just bam, straight in the park, get it done.
It's a really nice service. I think it was about £10 or £15, but that was one of the upgrades. I was like, yes, I'm having it. I can go straight to the park because you just do. You want to get in the parks and have a look around. Oh, went a bit fast there.
That is the question.
Say that again.
Have you still got your Disneyland slippers?
No.
I've got mine.
Well, I might do. JP is a hoarder. White ones. I might have them actually.
And the white ones with like peach.
So this is some of the other. Have you stayed in any of the other hotels on site?
We stayed in Santa Fe, which is a little cattle out, but that's it. We haven't stayed in any of these ones.
They are so in like I'm going to say a circle. They're probably not, but they are so compact and next to each other, aren't they? That you can actually walk to them, and then you can walk to. It's not called Downtown Disney, but what is that Disney area called?
It's
Disney Park.
I can't think what it's called.
I can't think what it's called either. Let me see if I can quickly Google Disney Paris downtown area. It's very similar. It's not as big as Disney Springs, but Disney Village.
That's it, Village. Yes.
Yeah, it's really all of these are within walking distance. I would probably say from the Disney Village to the hotels on the outside, anything probably 10-15 minutes as a slow, moderate walk, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just perfect. I think if you don't want to drive, then they do a shuttle service as well from these hotels to the parks, but it's easy to walk. But I appreciate if it's raining because it's not always the best weather.
The thing I like about the hotels is regardless if you're staying there or not, you can book the restaurants.
Yes.
Like Inventions at Disneyland Paris Hotel is where all the characters go around. It's fantastic. It's lovely. When we recently went, we like Mexican kind of food. So we went to Santa Fe for dinner.
Yeah.
Because one, it's a buffet.
Yeah.
And two, it's the kind of food that we knew we would enjoy. So it's good that you can, even if you're not staying in the hotels, you can still book their restaurants.
And buffets, I don't know what they're going to look like after COVID, but I know in Disney Orlando, they are coming to your table. So you can still eat as much as you want, but they're just going to take your orders, aren't they, and bring loads of food out.
You just tell them what you want and they go and get it.
All you can enjoy. And JP likes his all you can enjoy, and so do I.
Challenge. If you don't have 20 plates of something, then you've failed.
And it's good for little ones as well, because Daniel and Luke, when we used to take them, that was their first experience of so many foods. So many foods. Because if I'd be at home and I'd say, oh, try a bit of fish, they'd be like, nah, hate fish. Yeah. Take them to a restaurant and they'd be like, yeah, have a nibble. No, didn't like it. It's perfect.
Exactly. And as well, if even us as adults, if we get something and don't like it, it's like, no, I'll have another plate of something. Whereas if you're just ordering a dish, tough if you don't like it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And you've paid a lot of money. I think this is quite good. So this was a menu, but I don't think we can see the prices. But I think it was €15 maybe for a burger, 12-15 euros for a burger. Very similar to Orlando prices as well, similar to the UK. If you're going to go to a nice restaurant, you're on holiday. Generally, you've saved for your holiday, so you sort of allow for a little bit more expensive meals, don't you? If you want to eat in a restaurant for a reason, you're going to allow for that sort of purchase amount. I did actually like just looking around the hotels. That's one of my big things. And this was Newport, I think it was. It was really nice. Yeah. It was so posh.
That's one of the expensive ones, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I just looked around it. Maybe one day we'll get invited there, Sim. We could do like a collaboration there, couldn't we? They've got a really nice swimming pool, but that's going towards the swimming pool area, but I didn't want to obviously go down that way, but I would have loved to have seen all of it. I did think the reception area was really small and narrow, but it was very Parisian.
Yeah.
Look at that. So Parisian. It was beautiful. Very nice and posh. But yeah, I think, like you say, these are the more high. So the Disneyland Hotel, Newport, they are the superiors. Yeah. And then you come down, don't you, to your Santa Fe and those ones.
And McDonald's.
McDonald's, which leads us on to next one. So just reflect on that then. So hotel costs and hotels, there's a whole range of budgets. If you want the flexibility of being on the site, then you've got a range of hotels, haven't you? New York, is that open now?
I don't know.
No, I would imagine. Let me just have a quick look so we can get it. But I'm sure New York, which is the brand new.
I think obviously that will probably open when they open all of the Marvel.
Yeah. When's Marvel being open then?
It was meant to be April. February, wasn't it? And then it was meant to be April, and now they're not opening for April. They've said they're staying closed. So, but I'm sure we got an email saying something about it's not going to be this year.
Oh no. It looked amazing as well. The hotel. I've got let me go back, see if I can bring up the picture. It looked so good. It's massive. I'm going to bring it back up here. Just pause that. It looks like it's going to be so much fun. I definitely would want to stay here, unfortunately. So here is some of the, I don't know if there was a hotel there before and they've just revamped it.
Must have been. They wouldn't have built a new
one. But look at that. That just looks spectacular, doesn't it? That looks fun. I would imagine rooms are probably going to go from 400 quid a night, something like that, depending on what season it is. It's going to be relatively cheap, but relatively expensive. They've been closed for so long, they're going to want their money back.
Yeah.
They're going to want to get their bucks, aren't they? They are. Right, so Halfboard versus Self Catering. What do you think about that?
Well, in a way, I think Self Catering's better because when you do the Halfboard, you're given your food vouchers, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you can only go to certain places, which is great. Yeah, so it's great that you can go to these places and yeah, they're nice and whatnot. But I think especially with kids, it's nicer to have a bit more variety, because some of the places that when we did it, we booked, thought, oh yeah, it'd be fantastic. We looked at the menus, thought it'd be all right. And then when it was served up, the kids turned their nose up. It was a bit like,
yeah. And
then you're a bit kind of stuck of, oh, well, I kind of paid for this meal now, but now I've got to go buy you something else.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily the best option for us. Whereas obviously if we do self-catering, we can give them what we know they're going to eat. And I think that's so important when you're out in the park for a long day, is making sure that they're actually eating. You know, it's really easy for them just to eat junk, donuts and this and that.
And in the UK, I think if you're going from the UK, you can take food with you, can't you, to your apartment, villa, or wherever you're staying.
That's what we started to do now. We take food with us, or we go shopping when we get there. But the only thing we're going shopping when you get there is you haven't got a clue what you're buying sometimes.
Yeah, at the local Carrefour.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. That, and at Disneyland Paris, in the Disney Village, there are some eateries. There's McDonald's, as you just saw. There's Starbucks. There's Sandwich.
And
yeah, there's lots of places.
I like Annette's Diner.
Yes, on the corner. Yeah, I've never eaten in there. So what did you get from in there?
It's proper like American diner. They serve roller skates, the whole thing. Like it's great. like the big milkshakes and the sundae is fantastic. It's just really enjoyable food. So we enjoy that, yeah.
That is definitely something that I would like buying at.
You can use your vouchers in there.
Ah.
If I can remember correctly, we used our vouchers in there. Yeah, we did. Maybe twice actually, because we enjoyed it the first time. But
they do that.
And the only other good thing as well with the vouchers is, let's just say you get whatever vouchers of however much value. If the food then costs more, you just add the extra to it. So it doesn't stop you from having something because your voucher doesn't cover it. They just give you a bill at the end, deducting that amount.
I can't remember if tips were included. I don't remember ever leaving a tip in Paris in the restaurant.
I don't remember leaving a tip in Paris.
No. So I think the tips were definitely included in the bill at the end. Yeah, I don't remember ever leaving a tip actually. Whereas obviously in America, it's 16, 18%, whatever you have to leave every meal.
I mean, personally, I think it's a bit cheeky. You're getting paid for a job, aren't you?
Well, I think that's the thing, is they underpay their staff, don't they? Or they pay them. Yeah, so that's why they try and get a tip and stuff. I've also, one of the experiences, actually I've got the video of the halfboard. We did the halfboard, but I think you could go up a level, superior. So we went up the level and we ate at California Grill, which is in the Disneyland Hotel. And I was really nervous because I can't speak French. I thought the food was going to be a bit poncy. And when we walked in, it's very French. It really is. I'll bring up some images. But our server was British. So she's like, oh, bonjour, blah, 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 sit down.
And they're like, oh.
I was like, yes, you're British. It's really bad, isn't it? It's really bad. But I was like, ah. She says, yeah, a lot of people get like that. But it's just because it's such an alien language for us. Although we do get taught it at school, it's pretty. No, we're pretty bad at picking it up, aren't we? So yeah, I have actually got some images here of the lovely Disneyland Hotel.
The Disneyland Hotel, so, and it's the smell when you go in there as well, isn't it?
So it's nice.
That musky but nice smell.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, actually, here we'll run this at the same time while we're still talking, because this actually, oops, good blank. This does talk about oh, my internet, my lovely internet is just so crazy at the moment. How did you eat at that one in the hotel, in the park, Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace, is
that the one in the park where you do your character dining?
Yes, it's not Crystal Palace.
But no, yeah. What's it called? Plaza
Gardens.
Yes, Plaza
Gardens. We had breakfast there to meet the characters. We had Christmas dinner there actually when we went for Christmas.
Oh,
we had Christmas dinner there. It was really, really nice.
I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. But because there was just the two of us, they put us in the most awful. I get a bit snobby about where they seat just two people. I'm sorry, but they always put two people in the corridor, in the way of everybody else. And they did in this instance. So I was right by the food, which was brilliant because I could get up there and get eating. But everybody walked past me while I was sitting down, whacks my arm, hits me. The kids push my chair. They don't care where they put twos because it's almost like filling up a gap, isn't it?
I really enjoy their breakfast. Was lovely because there's so much choice to, suit so many nationalities. I find you just have a plate and you've got, oh, I like that. I can put that on there. Oh, I like that. And then you've got this plate of anything from donuts to cold meat to fruit. It just like that.
Yeah, so random. Look at that for breakfast.
And then and I was gonna say, and then you have a plate on the side with pastries, and then you have a bowl of cereal somewhere.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is the glasses are too small to get the apple juice in, and it's just like shot, and then you go for another bowl.
Yeah, and then you're done, aren't you? Yeah. And this was breakfast at the Disney Hotel as well. Very similar setup as well. It was really nice. Oh, Buffalo Bills. So we'll talk about that one in a minute. We'll not talk about that one. So yeah, so Halfboard versus Self Catering. How would you sum it up, Sin?
I prefer self catering, but
Yeah.
I don't just eat my own sandwich that I've made. We when we book to go, we book restaurants, and in around those restaurants we eat whatever we take or knock up for ourselves. I think it just gives a little bit more. You can mix it up a little bit rather than some. With, especially like I said, with the kids feeling a bit stuck that you've got to eat at certain places. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the Halfboard, the cost that we paid, I don't think it was worth it for the two of us either. I think it was just a little bit too much. And there's like so many restaurants, and you could probably even drive into Paris as well. Is it like an hour away into central Paris if people want to? It's not too far, is it? Also, just before we move on, I thought we'd talk about the food in the parks, because I actually thought the food in the parks, there wasn't a lot compared to like Orlando. So if people were thinking that you're going to get, little pop-up stalls with lots of burgers and hot dogs, there is Casey Jr. is in there, but there's no Starbucks. It's not in there. It's in the Disney Village. There wasn't many popcorn stands.
In the studios, you've got like some little vans that do chips and stuff, but that in the main park, that's just in the studios. And I think studios, you've got the little vans that do the waffles.
Yes.
I think I sent you a picture of the waffle, did I? I don't know. Like you've got waffles, and you've got all that stuff, which is fantastic. But I just find in the main park you don't have you don't have the pop-up stuff.
I think when you're going down to Ratatouille, you've got the hot potato stand, and there was a crepe stand, wasn't there? But
they seem a bit few and far between, though, don't they?
Yeah, there just wasn't enough. We had one of the crepes as well. We had a Nutella crepe, and actually I didn't even like it, so that was a big disappointment for me. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, come on, fill my face. And it was like, it was a bit wobbly. There is a video of me saying it's very wobbly. Eating a bit of rubber. Cool. So just if you're thinking about the Halfboard Self Catering, you can take your own snacks in them with your little ones, or even for yourself. Just take your food in with you.
Yeah, well, that's our plan moving forward. We just either do a shop before we go and have it in the car, or we just go shopping there and take packets of crisps, sweets in for the kids, because as well, you don't really get sweets, do you? The only place you can get sweets is if you go into like the boutique kind of shops, and they sell some gummies, like good head-shaped gummies, which is cute, but they're really expensive. And it's fine if you want to buy it as a little gift or something like that, but not just the kids saying, I want a sweet, and you're like, here we go. Whereas you can obviously buy them in our supermarkets here.
There's no drink. There's no drink things, you get a refill drink and things like that. You can't do any of that in the parks.
No. So they're quite expensive. So
yeah, like a bottle of water was like 3-4 euros or something.
Quite a lot. So
take your drinks with you.
Take our their bottles that they take to school. You know what I mean? And with water before we go. A bit of that squash that you get in a little square, and happy days.
We'd always take that to Florida. The little bottles of squash, always. Love it.
They've usually got the water fountains where you can fill up your water, but because obviously COVID, they're all closed. So what you can do, you can take your bottle into any of the food outlets, and they'll fill your bottle up with water for you.
That's a tip. Fantastic tip. Right, so we're going to move on. Hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. Don't forget, hit subscribe, like, notification bell. Come on, leave us some comments. Tell us what you like. Tell us some of your opinions, what you think. If it worked for you, didn't work for you. Just checking the time, making sure, because it doesn't tell you on StreamYard how long you've been talking. I cannot see. Right, ding dong.
9 minutes.
Yeah. So shows, food packages, stuff such as Buffalo Bills. You've done it.
Buffalo Bills.
You loved it, you just say. Yeah, let me go and bring up the image so people can see. I loved it. Let me move this on a little bit. Sorry.
See, we wanted to book it for Amy's birthday, but there's just no availability. And we tried to book it quite early as well, and there was just nothing. So whenever we wanted to do it, we can't. And
it's so much fun. It really is. It's same as in Florida, you do the dueling jousting one. It's a very similar setup with the horses and you do the jousting, but it's so much fun. The food is really, really basic because they're serving hundreds of people. They need to get the food out quick and make sure it's hot, tasty. So it's not massive. So you're not gonna, there you go. It's a good picture there. So some potatoes, some chicken, a bit of rib and a bit, little tiny sausage, little sausage. They're so much fun. You get really interactive. They come and interact with you. They get you to cheer. You get Mini Mickey, you get Chipmunks, Chip and Dale, you get Goofy. It's so much fun. Highly recommend it. And yeah, real cows as well, and the cowboys and the horses. Even if you only just do it the once, I would do it again and again personally. I love it. It's just so good. I think obviously with COVID and social distancing, they can still do it because this arena is massive.
Probably just limit the amount of people that they let in.
Yeah. It does smell of horse doo-doo, so if you've got, you know, a fear of horses or the smells and you can't and I think they give you Coke or wine or some soft drink, water and stuff like that. It's similar as everywhere you go, but yeah. Booking though, when I booked through the company that I use, Magic Travel, whatever it was way more expensive than going on. You can go on cheaper sites and get cheaper tickets, and you can buy at the door as well.
We tend to just book on the Disneyland app. You see, you can get where you can see the queue times. We just do all of our bookings through that.
Good idea. Yeah, that is a good idea. Yeah, the Disney app for France, Paris, is quite good. It's got better, hasn't it? It definitely has got better. Is there any other shows that I don't think there is any other shows, is there?
No, not proper shows like that. But I think I'm going to say the Golden Nugget.
Oh yeah,
they do like a show while you're eating. So that was quite cool. Like I think it was like, I can't remember. It was ages ago when we went, but they do. It's like a westerny kind of show while you're eating, and playing the piano and all that stuff. So
perfect.
Yeah, cool.
So I think the shows get a thumbs up from me.
Yes. Although I've not done that one, it's something we have wanted to do. We just haven't managed to get around to doing it. So we definitely
love it. Amy will love it, and Kira.
So she will over it.
And you do get a chance to go down and interact as well. I don't know if they do that now, but sometimes they pull people out of the crowd as well, so you can go down. Yeah, so Amy, I'm sure, would be totally up for that. Park tickets and ride tips. So, which goes nicely because we were going to talk about fast passes. So it's not really it's the old school fast passes, isn't it, for Disneyland Paris, where you go to the machine, you put your tickets in, and you get your fast pass out. Although you did talk about the app, so what can you actually book on the app?
I don't know if you can do fast passes on the app. Hold on, let me have a look.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, have a look at the app. I think it's not as advanced as Orlando, is it? It is more the old school.
So if you look on the app, oops, this way, it says, you know, you can book a table. So that's how we do all our table reservations.
Yeah.
We have a standby pass. I haven't got a clue what a standby pass is.
No.
To join the queue. To help minimize the time in the queue for our most popular attractions, you will need to reserve a standby pass during certain periods of the day. Then you select the attraction once you're in the park, and that's it. So that's quite good then.
Yeah, that is good.
Because we've been quite lucky. When we last went, it was quiet because it was during COVID, and other times that we've gone, we don't always go like the peak times. We'll just go off at a random time. It's not that big.
That's exactly what I was talking about earlier about the park entrance. So if you're staying on the park, you get your hour early entrance at the beginning. There was hardly anything open. I was just so annoyed. And it was raining and it was horrible weather for us. But I was hoping like Buzz Lightyear, because that's one of my favourite rides. We get on that first, Space Mountain. Everything was closed.
Open. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's just as you go down, castles there, you can't go to west. I can't.
Frontierland.
That's it. And you can't go to the right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just ahead.
Yeah, so you got the carousel. I don't even think Small World was open, but that is actually a cool ride. Definitely make sure you do It's a Small World. The clock, the face of it is beautiful. It's much better looking than the one in Orlando.
It's the kids' favourite ride.
Oh,
rides, they go on it so much.
All
the time. Yeah.
The decoration at Disneyland Paris is phenomenal. It's on another level. It's just so beautiful. Right, do we have any ride tips for anybody? I think you're going to have to just know you're going to have to queue.
Yeah, definitely. Just got a queue. I tend to go on some of the busier rides while the parades are on.
Yeah.
Although it's great seeing the parades, but
yeah,
flocks to them, don't they? So it's great to use that opportunity, especially if you've been before or you saw the parades yesterday, or you're going to think, no, I'm going to do them tomorrow. Use that time to get on the Disney.
Would you go to the Universal side first rather than Disney for like Crusher, because that gets so busy?
You can't do the early entry into studios. It's only main park. But we tend to do like a day in the main park, then the next day maybe go to the studios, and then see what we've done and kind of mix it up a bit by day rather than by time. Because is what we did find last time we went is we got the buggy. You see the buggies they provide, because it's just easy when the kids. I mean, Kira likes to go in the most, and she's as tall as me, so it's just good to dump the bags on them, and you don't,
Yeah.
We went into the main park, got a buggy, so we were walking around, and after about half hour, we was like, you know what, let's go to the other park. So we went into the other one, and we dropped the buggy back there, went into the other one, got another one, and they said, I'm sorry, you can't have one.
What?
What do you mean we can't have one? Oh no, to get through the gate. Sorry, you can't come in. Like, and we said, what do you mean we can't come in? We've got annual passes. There's like, yeah, but you've just checked into the other park. And I'm like, yeah, and we've decided to come out and come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've done it within an hour. And we're like, so? And I'm like, my annual pass, even if I didn't have an annual pass, the fact that you've bought a pass to the tickets, it doesn't state, like, I'm sure it doesn't, it might do somewhere else.
No.
But it's not told of you that, oh, you've bought your ticket today, you paid $135 to come into Disneyland and the studios, and you can't go from one to another within an hour. You have to stay there more than that. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Crazy.
And I think it's because we walked in and it was quite busy, and we thought, oh, let's go to the other one. We wasn't there long, and then we went, and I was just like, well, tough, you're letting us through. So they obviously overrid it. And then we went to get a buggy, and it was the same kind of thing. Well, you've got one. I was like, well, we haven't got one. We've given it back.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, well, you can pay, and you can take the buggy from one park into another. And I was like, I don't want to pay because I have an annual pass and it's included in it. So
yeah.
So little things like that are a little bit annoying, because you pay for something and you don't expect to kind of get like, halt, you cannot come in because you've been in there, or but taking it from one part, it's the same organ. Like, you think you're paid for that, so you expect to be able to go without any kind of hiccups, without any kind of, oh no, you've got to now pay for a buggy if you want to take it out there.
Great. Are you allowed to take the buggies into the Disney Village?
We never did, so I actually don't know.
Yeah, because that would be interesting.
I doubt it, because that's I don't know.
Taking them out. Yeah,
out the exit, don't you? But then I don't know how that works. If they're saying that you have to pay to be able to take the both parks, I imagine you can then, because you have to go out of one to get into the other one, and the village is there, isn't it? So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What a palaver. What a palaver. Yeah, and as in terms of the parks, I feel like you're right. I think you do one park for one day. Just take your time, just go around it, and then the Universal is probably a half a day park, depending what shows are on. Because when we were there, the backset tour was, I think that's closed now anyway for the remodeling, but that wasn't open for us, and that's one of my favourite rides.
That's not coming back.
Oh.
Something else.
So I think California is probably the only place that you can do that tour now. That's sad. But yeah, the other park is definitely half a park. But Crusher was definitely, the queue for that was over an hour. And then when we got on it, we were like, okay.
But the queue for that is big. The queue for Tower of Terror is big. The queue, to be fair, a lot of the queues in that park are big.
Yeah, be prepared.
Yeah, that is definitely the longer wait there.
One of my favourite rides has got to be Big Thunder Mountain, Runaway Train. Oh my God, you go under the water. And the ride goes on forever, and you're on an island, and it goes, best ride ever. What's your favourite?
I don't know. I think in the main park, it is Space Mountain.
Yeah.
And in the studios, it's obviously Tower of Terror.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. Definitely agree with you, yeah. They do have a slinky ride, but it just goes round in a circle, doesn't it?
When I saw a video of the slinky ride in Orlando, I was like, is this the same ride? Like, seriously?
JP and I queued for slinky ride at Paris. I think we probably waited 40 minutes. And it literally went round in a circle, and we were like,
it's like, ooh, in a circle. Great for kids.
Oh, it was just hilarious. Yeah, it's probably like Casey Junior's down by Winnie the Pooh, isn't there? Casey Junior's little train that goes round as well. Have you done that one? I love that. But you got to get in the tiny little carriages, which is really funny. But that goes further.
It's good though. It shows you like things, doesn't it?
I love that. That was right. It's right by it's a Small World. So as you're going around, you see the little Small World boats, don't you? It's brilliant. I love that.
Well,
right.
I only discovered that the last time we went because it was so quiet. It was so quiet there. We went up to you see Alice in Wonderland's maze, and you go up the castle. We went up to the top there, looked around, was like, what's that? So then we went on the hunt to find it, and we found it. Yeah,
it's right at the back of the park, so make sure you go and see it, guys. And adults can go on it, obviously. It's so good. Yeah. It's so good. Right, annual pass holder. Is it worth being an annual pass holder? And the perks you get, Sim?
For us, yes, definitely. You know, like I said at the beginning, we don't want to do one big holiday a year for 2 weeks because we just lose too much money at work. So we want to do lots of little ones. So I think we pay it off monthly.
Yeah, that's the good thing you're doing.
Not minted.
Yeah.
I think for the 4 of us, we've got what's our pass called? Infinity Pass, so the top one.
Yeah.
Not restricted on days and times or anything like that. We pay about 100 and depends what the conversion rate is at the time. Anything between like 100 and 120 pounds a month, which is quite a lot, but it's a manageable amount of money, and it means that at any given moment we can be like, let's go Disney this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, and we just book a little ferry, book a cheap hotel, off we toddle. So in that sense, for us, yes, it is worth it, because if you go for the day, you're paying like 135 euros per adult.
Yeah.
To go to get into the park per day, which is crazy. So when you think of that, we've made our money back really quick.
Yeah, I think it's good.
You don't have to pay for parking with the Infinity Pass, and you get to park right up at the front, like where the disabled parking is. So you don't have to like walk forever. We get to take people in with us for a cheap price. Oh look, I've got it here. What it gives us. So yeah, we get, I think if someone comes with us, we can get them in for like €35 a day, which is ridiculously cheap. We get to go in early because like the same as when you stay on site.
Get discount off your merchandise.
Discount, we get like 15% off.
Yeah.
Things in shops.
And the merchandise in Disney Paris is off the chart. I'm sorry, it's the best merchandise I've ever seen. This T-shirt was from there, and I saw it, and I was like, I'm having that. It
Could
just
would have got you 15% off, KP.
Oh, no. Don't think I knew you in 2019. No. We're probably there at the same time. No, it's February. It wasn't half term, so we definitely wouldn't have been there. But yeah, the merchandise there is amazing stuff. What's John giving you? Is he giving you all the tips?
He's showing me some stuff. Why don't you just say it, John?
Say it, John. Say it, John. Don't be shy.
We get our own special entrance into the park, so we don't have to queue.
Yes, you see the one round by the Disneyland Hotel?
Yeah.
That's the past Infinity. So you don't have to queue up the main one.
And
forgetting all these things.
You get discounts for all buffets. You get to go and have it all with the Mickey Mouse and friends.
Oh.
Get free non-alcoholic drinks with your meals.
Oh, that's really good because, like we were saying before, it's so expensive. Yeah, Coca-Cola is like €4 or €5. It's ridiculous.
And I hope you're not watching Disneyland Paris. Well, I hope you are. I hope you're not. We go in and you say, "Can I have another drink? Drink, please. Here's our bottle. Can I have another drink, please?"
We got a whole year of photo pass.
Yeah, we got photo pass. So, any of when you go on the ride and it takes your photo, you get like a barcode on your phone and you go up to the desk and they just scan it. It goes onto your app.
That's really good.
Yeah.
We get 40% off Buffalo Bill's Wild West dinner show.
And we still haven't been.
That's because you can't book it because people are getting 40% off of it.
Yeah. We get our own special days where only members can go.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
You also obviously get free access to all the swimming pools. We get free push chairs and wheelchairs.
Yeah, Sim was saying that. That's good. Especially for you, John, in your old age.
Well, getting older, you see. We also get a family cinema tickets for €7.50.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You get 40% off at Earl of Sandwich, which is
yeah. I love Earl of Sandwich.
You get 50% off at Sea Life.
Oh.
Because we go shopping there to get food when we go, it's quite close by. There's a shopping centre and there's Sea Life there in like the ground floor. So yeah, we get 50% off if we went in there.
That's really good.
You also get 30% off at a hot air balloon ride,
which we can never get on. Always windy. Gutted. Yeah.
When you go to Orlando and Disney Springs, we're going to do another video like this of Disney Springs as well, if and when you ever go to Orlando. Disney Springs, you can do the hot air experience, balloon experience. I mean, it's quite static, but it does move around. It's amazing. You need to do that.
Okay, noted.
Yeah, you do need to do that. John, anything else? Any other tips, matey?
Oh, no, I just let the wife deal with it. That's the best tip.
Dream team, both of you. Dream team, guys. Disney Paris dream team. Right, so we're going to move on to which is our last subject. I think we're just coming under. We're probably about 50 minutes running into it here. Mm-hmm. So what is the parks like during COVID? Because you were obviously there a few months ago. How did it feel? How different was it?
Loved it. Loved it, honestly. Because they're at 30% capacity, I think, something of 30 or 50%. So it's significantly less amount they're letting in. You walk in and it's just like
amazing.
You can see everything. So as you go through the park and you can see the castle on Main Street, and it's just like, you can actually take a photo without having people. It's so nice. It was so quiet. And although they're doing, like the parades, the big ones, what they are doing is little mini ones. throughout the day. So there'll be a horse and cart with Merida in it.
Yeah.
Going round, or there'll be a little car with whoever in it, and they'll go round. So you get to do that. They are doing a medium-sized parade, which is nice. If you check out one of our videos,
you see it, or one of mine, you'll see the parades. Yeah,
but you're yeah, and so they're still doing stuff like that, but not on the huge scale that they normally do. There's no nighttime fireworks, sadly.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how they're going to kind of tackle that, because they do need to have that. It's massive part of them, isn't it? But, and like with the characters, meeting the characters, you can't hug them like that. More like consultations. So there'll be the character, there'll be a rope barrier, and it'll have a little spot on the floor telling you to stand there. And you've got the photographer can take the photo, or you can take it on your phone or whatever, and you can kind of make it look like they're right next to you or something. So that's not too bad, and that works better for our children, because they really want to line up and meet Minnie Mouse or whoever, but then when it gets to it, they don't want to go nowhere near her.
They don't want to be cuddled by them.
So having that distance between them, they enjoyed it a hell of a lot more, which was really nice.
Because sometimes you don't know what to do, because we had Mickey and Minnie, and people who are really good at posing with characters were like, woo, woo. And JP and I were like, what do you do? How do you pose? So yeah, for us, it's perfect.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to think what else. They had some other kind of photo stations there, which I hadn't seen before, where the photographer's just there and you're taking photos of nothing, but then when they upload it to your
the magic ones,
and you're holding tinkerbell in your hand or something.
I love those.
Like when we've been before, they weren't there then, people. So
nice and new.
That was nice and new for us. I mean, it's something that possibly was there, we just hadn't seen. But yeah.
What about cleaning? Did you see anyone cleaning any of the rides?
So clean. On the first thing, when we got out of the car and parked in the car park, I went into them toilets that are right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they were sparkling. Like, I was really impressed. And then going through the park, everything was clean. You know, all the toilets were clean. There was hand sanitizer everywhere. They made you sanitize before you got on the ride. They made you sanitize once you got off of it. They, you know, that I didn't see a lot of cleaning down of the rides.
Yeah.
But you don't know. They might say that every 10th cart they'll give it a clean down or something.
Yeah.
You know? But the fact that they, not that they wouldn't let you on if you didn't sanitize, but they were saying sanitize. So, you know, I'm sure people weren't objecting to it. But so, you know, for them, they know you clean before you get on and then get off just in case, you know. So it was good. And there's them hand pumps around everywhere.
Did they do the temperature check for you going into the park?
No, they didn't, did they? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't recall it, no. But there was literally signs everywhere about
you removed the mask, they boot you out.
Yeah, you've got to keep your masks on.
That's good.
The kids didn't need to wear them because of their ages, but we just said to them, look, if you can wear them, wear them.
Yeah.
Amy got bored and she kind of took it off, but Kira was quite happy to wear it all the time. And it was, if you had a photo, if on a ride, you was on a ride and you didn't have your mask on and the photo got taken, they wouldn't let you have the picture.
Oh, nice and strict.
Promoting that you're allowed to not wear a mask where that's not what they want. So, but people stuck to it. You know, a few times people taking a selfie in front of the castle when they took the mask down. It's no biggie, is it? You know, they put it straight and move on. So,
were they good at distancing as well? Because one thing I noticed when we went to Paris, you're not meant to be smoking in there, but people were still smoking. So were they quite good with the distancing?
To be fair, people were quite good. They did what they needed to do. They put barriers in places where there weren't normally, like rope barriers. They put all them stickers on the floor you know, so there'll be one with pictures of feet and then another circle and with a cross for it. So it's like, don't stand here.
Yeah.
Well, there was lots of that, which was good. Some people you kind of creep over a little bit, and then I just do the death stare. I turn and stare, and I think they kind of clock. And but most people were good. I think a lot of people go in there were very aware of the current situation, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was, we didn't feel unsafe at all. We felt safer there, to be honest, than going to Tesco's or something. So
True. Very true.
it was good. Yeah.
So when have you booked up to go again then?
Well, it was meant to go in May.
Yeah.
End of May, but because obviously they're not reopening, and we saw on one of their forums that someone had booked for the 9th of May and they'd been cancelled. So we were just like, we're just going to cancel it and wait and see.
Yeah, I reckon June. I definitely think it's sometime in June. I think if everyone else is Disneyland California have opened up, no rides, but you can now go and have food and you can walk around. I mean, so it's got to be, it's got to be soon.
Yeah, but then the cases in France are really bad.
Yeah, but they are opening up the borders, aren't they? They've just announced they're opening up the borders, which is even crazier.
We're at about 5,500 cases a day.
Yeah.
36,000 cases a day.
Oh,
so
God.
it's the right decision.
Yeah.
For Disney not to open. Even if they put it down to we're not opening so we can finish our building once, I think it's the right decision, because what it will do is if France are opening up the borders and allowing people to go, it's then going to be like people are going to pile there. And then what you don't want as an organisation is to be, if it gets really bad again, you to be the reason why people.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the best thing they can do is just stay shut a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Wait for numbers to get better.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you go back? What is the first thing you do when you go to a park? I walk in, I go to Main Street and I look at the castle and I'm like, ah.
Yeah, we really thoroughly enjoy walking down Main Street. We
just John Skip.
No.
Does he dance?
But he does get excited when he hears the music. He goes, you know, he gets really with it. And but even no matter how many times you've been, it's still like mesmerizing looking at things. And then I think the more you go, the more you see the detail.
Yes.
And the attention to detail in everything. You know, when you look at the Main Street and all the shops and all of that, you think it's unreal how real it is.
Yeah.
It is real, you know what I mean? The detail that they've put into some of the how they look in style, in character to what they make. Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
I know, it's beautiful. Right. Well, we're going to leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed this sim. I thought this was quite fun.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's something different for us and it gets us excited because, you know, who knows when we're going to go back. Hopefully you'll go back before me because you'll be at the lovely, I'm going to just add this little video in. You're going to be at Disney Paris before I get to Florida, no doubt. But, you know, I've got a little reel of images, I think. Let's run those through. Yeah, it's just going to go slow. I don't know what I did there to the video. It's just you guys. It's just you guys going, oh. Look, with John with his Fen Fan
hat.
Merch is also available on the Fen Fams. Here you go, on their
beautiful Disneyland Paris hotel.
Yes, that's funny. And the dragon underneath, there's your waffle. It's amazing. That waffle looks awesome.
Haunted.
Right, guys, thank you for the dragon. Oh, amazing. Right, we could talk forever. But thanks everybody for coming today. Don't forget, hit subscribe, like, and subscribe to Fen Fam and subscribe to me. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.